From the heights of hip-hop royalty to the depths of a federal prison cell, what happens when a billion-dollar empire crumbles overnight? Today we're taking you inside the shocking, unfiltered truth about Sean P. Diddy Combs that the mainstream media won't tell you. Behind the platinum records and red carpet smiles lies a story of abandoned mansions gathering dust in Atlanta, exotic supercars now sitting in federal impound lots, and the jaw-dropping financial secrets that reveal Diddy's empire was built on quicksand all along. In the next 25 minutes, you'll discover the unseen footage from inside his $61.5 million fortress that federal agents raided, the exact prison meals that replaced his champagne lifestyle, and the devastating financial decisions that left the music mogul vulnerable long before his arrest. This isn't just another celebrity downfall story. This is the ultimate cautionary tale about how even the mightiest empires can collapse when the foundation begins to crack. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button and notification bell right now. This channel brings you the deepest, most shocking truths about fallen icons that you won't find anywhere else. And trust me, what you're about to learn about P. Diddy will change everything you thought you knew about one of music's most powerful figures. Before the multiple mansions, before the fashion empire, and long before the fall, Sean Combs was just a hungry kid from Harlem with outsized ambitions. Born in 1969, Diddy's path to success began after dropping out of Howard University to pursue a music industry internship at Uptown Records. What separated him from countless other ambitious young men wasn't just his work ethic, it was his uncanny ability to spot talent and trends before anyone else. By 1993, he'd founded Bad Boy Records, quickly signing a then unknown Brooklyn rapper named Christopher Wallace, the Notorious Big. This partnership would transform both their lives and reshape hip-hop culture forever. When Biggie's Ready to Die album dominated the charts in 1994, it wasn't just a musical triumph, it was the first cornerstone of what would become the Diddy business empire. But Sean Combs wasn't content being just a record executive. In 1997, after already adopting the Puff Daddy moniker, he released his debut album No Way Out, featuring the massive hit I'll Be Missing You, a tribute to the recently murdered Notorious Big. The album sold over 7 million copies and won Diddy the Grammy for Best Rap Album. What's remarkable about Diddy wasn't just his success but his ability to continuously reinvent himself. From Puff Daddy to P. Diddy to simply Diddy, each name change marked a new chapter in his evolution as a businessman. By the early 2000s, he'd launched the Sean John clothing line, which would eventually generate over $525 million in annual retail sales and win the prestigious Council of Fashion Designers of America award. The next phase of empire building came through strategic partnerships in the alcohol industry. In 2007, Diddy struck a game-changing deal with Diageo to become the face of Ciroc vodka. Under his marketing genius, Ciroc transformed from a struggling brand to a market leader, with Diddy reportedly earning a 50% profit-sharing agreement that delivered hundreds of millions in revenue. Next came Revolt TV in 2013, a multi-platform media company that expanded Diddy's influence into television and digital media. Then the De Leon Tequila Partnership, another alcohol venture that further cemented his status as a business mogul rather than just a musician. By 2019, Forbes listed Diddy's net worth at $740 million, placing him among the wealthiest figures in entertainment. He had transcended music entirely, creating a blueprint for hip-hop entrepreneurs that artists like Jay-Z and Dr. Dre would later follow. This wasn't just success, it was a complete redefinition of what a kid from the projects could achieve in America. But as Diddy built his kingdom in the public eye, something darker was brewing beneath the surface. The very image of success that made him famous would soon become a prison of expectations that would prove impossible to maintain. In the quiet suburbs of Atlanta lies a property that tells a disturbing story about Diddy's empire, a story few have ever heard. This 20,000 square foot mansion, purchased by Sean Combs in 2003 for $2.6 million, was once a testament to his growing wealth and influence. With 8 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms, a state-of-the-art home gym, multiple saunas, a wine cellar that could hold thousands of bottles, and even a private tennis court, this was the home of a man who had truly made it. But today this palace sits abandoned and forgotten. The crystal chandeliers that once sparkled with reflections of celebrity guests now hang covered in cobwebs. The Italian marble kitchen counters are layered with dust. The massive saltwater pool that hosted legendary summer parties is now a murky green breeding ground for mosquitoes. Former staff members, speaking on condition of anonymity, recall lavish gatherings where A-list celebrities would mingle until dawn. The parties would go for days sometimes, one former employee revealed. Money was no object. If Mr. Combs wanted something specific, exotic flowers, rare wines, specialty foods flown in from overseas, it appeared within hours no matter the cost. But sometime around 2009, Diddy stopped visiting the property altogether. Security staff continued to patrol the grounds, and minimal maintenance kept the structure intact. But the heart of the home, the energy and life that Diddy brought, disappeared completely. So why would a man who built an empire of perception and image allow such a valuable asset to fall into disrepair? Some sources close to Diddy's financial team suggest that mounting costs across his expanding business empire forced painful decisions about which properties to maintain and which to quietly abandon. Others whisper of darker reasons, that something happened in the Atlanta mansion that made Diddy vow never to return. Whatever the truth, this forgotten palace stands as a potent symbol of what happens when the image of success becomes more important than the reality. While Diddy continued projecting unlimited wealth to the world, this decaying monument to excess tells a different story, one of financial strain, shifting priorities, and perhaps a man overextended beyond his means. While the Atlanta property gathered dust, Diddy established his true West Coast headquarters in 2014, a breathtaking $40 million mansion in the ultra-exclusive Holmby Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles. By 2022, property records show the estate's value had ballooned to an estimated $61.5 million, making it one of the crown jewels of LA's Billionaires Row. This wasn't just any luxury home. At 17,000 square feet with 10 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, and sitting on a meticulously landscaped 1.3-acre lot, the property rivaled the homes of tech billionaires and old money heirs. Neighbors included Kylie Jenner and the Playboy Mansion, fitting company for a man who had transformed himself from musician to lifestyle icon. Inside, the home featured a grand spiral staircase, multiple fireplaces in nearly every room, a state-of-the-art home theater that could seat 35 people, and a massive underground swimming pool that, according to visitors, was kept at the precise temperature Diddy preferred at all times. The grounds were equally impressive, with manicured gardens, outdoor dining areas that could accommodate 100 guests, and security features that made it virtually impenetrable to uninvited visitors, or so Diddy thought. Because on March 25, 2024, this fortress of luxury became the epicenter of Diddy's downfall. At approximately 5 a.m., federal agents from Homeland Security Investigations descended on the property, armed with search warrants and battering rams. Security footage later leaked to social media showed dozens of agents swarming the mansion, seizing computers, documents, and other potential evidence. Today, this same mansion, once the site of some of Hollywood's most exclusive parties, sits in limbo, listed for sale but struggling to attract buyers, weighed down by nearly $100 million in combined mortgages across Diddy's property portfolio. According to real estate experts familiar with the listing, potential buyers are concerned about the property's association with an ongoing federal investigation. What's most revealing is what financial records tell us. Despite projecting an image of owning these massive estates outright, Diddy was leveraged to the hilt. Mortgage documents reveal that the Holmby Hills property carried over $28 million in loans against it, a pattern repeated across his real estate holdings. The man who rapped about "mo money, mo problems" was living that reality in the most literal sense. If Diddy's mansions were monuments to his success, his car collection was the mobile showcase, vehicles chosen not just for transportation, but as moving symbols of his status and taste. Now many of these automotive masterpieces sit in federal impound lots, their keys in the hands of government agents rather than valets at five-star restaurants. According to vehicle registration records and social media posts from Diddy himself, the collection was a carefully curated mix of luxury, performance, and statement pieces. The centerpiece was undoubtedly his Rolls-Royce Phantom, the ultimate status symbol in the automotive world. Powered by a hand-built 6.75-liter V12 engine producing 563 horsepower, the Phantom wasn't about speed, it was about presence. With a starting price of $450,000 before Diddy's extensive customizations, it represented the pinnacle of luxury transportation. For more discreet transportation, Diddy relied on his Maybach 57, a $400,000 executive vehicle with a 5.5-liter twin-turbo V12 engine. Often seen with a chauffeur at the wheel, the Maybach offered a mobile office where Diddy could conduct business while being shuttled between meetings in Los Angeles or New York. But for pure automotive excitement, nothing in the collection matched his Lamborghini Gallardo Spider, with its screaming 5.2-liter V10 engine, capable of propelling the car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.7 seconds. This was the vehicle Diddy chose when he wanted to make an entrance. Often photographed in Miami or Los Angeles with the top down, the $250,000 Italian supercar became almost as recognizable as Diddy himself. For longer journeys, Diddy turned to his Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano, a grand touring masterpiece that combined classic Ferrari design with modern performance. Its 6.0-liter V12 engine produced 612 horsepower, enough to reach a top speed of 205 miles per hour, while still offering the comfort needed for coast-to-coast drives. Valued at over $300,000, the 599 represented the perfect balance of performance and luxury. Not all of Diddy's collection was focused on flash, however. His Range Rover Autobiography and Bentley Mulsanne served more practical purposes. The Range Rover for family outings and the Bentley for business meetings where subtlety was required. Together, these vehicles alone represented over $500,000 in automotive assets. What's particularly striking about Diddy's car collection isn't just its value, estimated at over $3 million total, but how it aligned with his public persona. Each vehicle was chosen to reinforce a specific aspect of the Diddy brand's success: luxury, excitement, and power. Now, according to federal seizure records, many of these vehicles have been confiscated as part of the ongoing investigation. From symbols of freedom to evidence in a federal case, the transformation of Diddy's car collection mirrors his own stunning fall from grace. For years, Sean Combs masterfully cultivated the perception that he had joined the billionaire ranks alongside peers like Jay-Z and Kanye West. In interviews, social media posts and even lyrics, Diddy hinted or directly claimed billionaire status. But the financial reality, especially in 2025, tells a very different story. According to documents filed in connection with his current legal troubles, Diddy's actual net worth as of early 2025 sits at approximately $400 million, a fortune by normal standards, but less than half of what many believed. How could there be such a vast discrepancy between perception and reality? The answer lies in understanding how Diddy's empire was structured. Between 2007 and 2022, Sean Combs earned a documented total of $952 million from his various business ventures. His highest earning years included 2017 $130 million, 2019 $103 million, and 2022 $90 million, driven largely by his Ciroc partnership, music royalties and other business interests. The Ciroc deal alone generated over $1 billion in revenue from 2007 to 2023, with Diddy's cut estimated at hundreds of millions. More recently, in 2024, he reportedly earned $200 million from the sale of his interest in De Leon Tequila, a timely cash infusion given his mounting legal expenses. But what these impressive earnings figures don't show is the corresponding outflow of cash. Financial experts, who have analyzed public records of Diddy's spending, estimate his annual burn rate, the amount spent on maintaining homes, vehicles, staff, travel and other lifestyle expenses, at between $20–30 million per year. This spending wasn't just personal indulgence, it was a business strategy. Maintaining the image of unlimited wealth and success was crucial to the Diddy brand. The mansions, cars, private jets and lavish parties weren't just luxuries. They were marketing expenses, designed to position Diddy as the ultimate lifestyle icon. The strategy worked brilliantly until it didn't. By 2023, financial records show mounting pressure on Diddy's empire, with $100 million in property mortgages requiring monthly payments, estimated at over $500,000. Add to this the salaries for an estimated 30-plus full-time staff members across his various properties, and the costs of maintaining private aviation access. Diddy typically chartered rather than owned jets, and the financial strain becomes apparent. By early 2024, even before his legal troubles began, Diddy had quietly begun liquidating assets. The sale of his interest in De Leon Tequila wasn't just a business decision. According to former associates, it was a necessary move to increase liquidity, as other revenue streams slowed. The truth about Diddy's finances reveals the razor's edge, that many celebrities walk projecting unlimited wealth while managing cash flow challenges behind the scenes. The man who built an empire on perception was himself trapped by that same perception, forced to maintain an increasingly unsustainable lifestyle to preserve the brand that made him famous. The ultimate measure of Diddy's fall can be found in the dramatic contrast between his former lifestyle and his current daily reality. Since his arrest and detention, Sean Combs has been held at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, a facility notorious for its harsh conditions, and one that represents the complete antithesis of the luxury he once enjoyed. According to Bureau of Prisons documents and accounts from former inmates, daily life in MDC Brooklyn follows a rigid Spartan routine. Breakfast is served at 6 a.m., consisting of the same meal every day: a piece of fruit cereal, a breakfast cake and skim milk. For a man who once had personal chefs preparing custom meals at any hour, this represents perhaps the most jarring adjustment. Lunch, served at 11 a.m., typically offers basic options like hamburgers and tater tots, or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Dinner at 4 p.m., served earlier than most children eat, usually consists of basic protein options like chicken or tofu, with fried rice, beans and overcooked vegetables. On New Year's Eve 2025, as celebrities around the world toasted with champagne, many bottles likely from Diddy's former Ciroc partnership, Diddy's dinner consisted of a steak and cheese sub with baked potatoes and green beans, followed by the standard lights out at 10 p.m., a far cry from the all-night celebrations he once hosted. Living quarters present an equally stark contrast. From sprawling mansions with dozens of rooms, Diddy now occupies a small cell measuring approximately 8 by 10 feet, shared with another inmate. The furnishings consist of metal bunk beds, a small metal desk and stool, and a stainless steel toilet sink combination unit, offering zero privacy. Recreation time, 1 hour per day in a concrete yard, has replaced Diddy's former routine of private training sessions, yacht parties and red carpet events. Communication with the outside world is limited to 300 minutes of phone time per month and restricted visiting hours. Perhaps most tellingly, the man who once built an empire on his image now wears the same standardized prison uniform as every other inmate, stripped of the designer clothes and signature accessories that helped build his brand. With his federal trial set for May 5, 2025, Diddy faces the possibility of life imprisonment if convicted on all charges, a permanent exchange of penthouses for prison cells, and champagne for commissary items. The story of Sean P. Diddy Combs is more than just another celebrity scandal. It's a modern parable about the dangers of building an empire on perception rather than reality. From the abandoned Atlanta mansion to the seized supercars, from near billion-dollar earnings to basic prison meals, we've witnessed perhaps the most dramatic fall from grace in entertainment. But the question remains, was Diddy's downfall inevitable? Did the pressure to maintain his larger-than-life image create the very circumstances that led to his destruction, or was there something deeper at work, a fundamental flaw in the foundation that was bound to crack eventually? More importantly, how many other celebrities, influencers and public figures are currently living similar lives, projecting unlimited success while struggling to maintain the facade? In an age of carefully curated social media images and personal branding, Diddy's story serves as a sobering reminder that perception and reality can only remain divorced for so long before worlds collide. If you found this deep dive as mind-blowing as we did putting it together, take a second right now to smash that like button and hit subscribe. We're dedicated to bringing you the unfiltered truth behind the biggest names in entertainment, the stories that mainstream media either doesn't know or won't tell. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. What surprised you most about Diddy's rise and fall? What other celebrities do you think might be living beyond their means to maintain an image? Your engagement helps this channel grow and allows us to continue bringing you content that cuts through the carefully managed PR narratives. And if you're interested in learning more about the unseen truth behind other fallen icons, check out our full playlist linked in the description below. From billionaire fraudsters to disgraced Hollywood legends, we leave no stone unturned. Thanks for watching Diddy's mind-blowing fall, the unseen truth. Remember, in a world built on carefully crafted images, the real story is always hidden in the details.